At 61, Melissa Gilbert finally chose to speak openly about the truth of her relationship with Melissa Sue Anderson, offering a level of honesty and reflection fans had wondered about for decades. Gilbert, whose life began with remarkable twists from being adopted by actors Paul Gilbert and Barbara Crane to growing up in a household immersed in Hollywood, built her career early and powerfully, becoming America's beloved Laura Ingalls on Little House on the Prairie. The journey from child star to adult actress was shaped by triumphs, tragedies, and lessons that she carried into adulthood, including her complicated bond with Anderson. Gilbert explained that while fans adored the on-screen friendship between Laura and Mary, the reality behind the scenes was far more nuanced. They were simply children thrust into fame, responsibility, and long working hours, conditions that can magnify insecurities and shape relationships in unexpected ways. Gilbert described their early connection as natural but pressured, noting that both she and Anderson were navigating immense public expectations while trying to figure out who they were as individuals. "People assumed we were perfect little girls with perfect lives," Gilbert said, "but the truth is, we were two young actresses surviving the demands of a world very different from a normal childhood. Growing up under constant scrutiny created bonds that were deep yet complicated, held together by shared experiences rather than typical childhood friendship dynamics. As they aged," Gilbert explained, "their paths naturally diverged. Each pursued her own goals, faced private challenges, and grew into adulthood in ways that didn't always align. Still, there was never hostility, only the natural drifting that occurs as people evolve." Looking back, Gilbert speaks with admiration for Anderson, calling her talented, focused, and quietly powerful. She recalls being inspired by Anderson's discipline on set, her professionalism, and her ability to carry emotional storylines with grace, even at a young age. The long filming days, the emotional demands of their roles, and the constant attention sometimes created tension, but Gilbert emphasized that this tension was ordinary, not scandalous, an inevitable part of growing up in an environment where personal identity and public image were tightly intertwined. Now, with the wisdom that comes with age, Gilbert says she finally feels ready to speak without fear of misinterpretation. "Age gives you perspective," she reflected. "When you're young, you hold on to feelings that cloud your memories. Now I can see the whole picture clearly." Her decision to speak wasn't driven by conflict, she clarified, but by gratitude and honesty. The relationship may not have been a picture-perfect childhood friendship, but it was meaningful, formative, and real. Gilbert emphasized that the public often misunderstands relationships formed on television sets, assuming lifelong closeness or rivalry. In truth, their connection was something neither simple nor dramatic. It was human. "Melissa Sue and I shared some of the most important years of our lives," she said. "That bond will always be there, even if it looks different today." Her words serve as a reminder that early bonds, especially those shaped under the spotlight, are layered, imperfect, and unforgettable.